Many IGOR users need to load data from a file created by another application or a device, such as a scientific instrument. IGOR can load data from many different formats. This tutorial will show you how to load data from a text file. IGOR comes with several sample data files, and I'll use one of them for this tutorial. First, let's take a look at the contents of the file. To do that, we can use a notebook window. Choose the File, Open File, Notebook menu item. Navigate to the IGOR Pro folder, Learning Aids, Sample Data folder, and open a file named tutorialdata1.txt. This notebook window shows the contents of the file. If we wanted to, we could edit the file from the notebook window just like we could from any other text editor program. Notice that the first line in the file contains the names for the columns and that the file is tab delimited, which means that tabs separate the columns of data. Now close the notebook window containing the data file by clicking the Close button. IGOR asks what you want to do with the file, and I'll click Kill here to completely remove the file from this IGOR experiment, but that won't hurt the file itself. Now we'll actually load the data into IGOR Waves. Choose the Data, Load Waves, Load Delimited Text menu item. An Open File dialog appears. I'll select the same file that I just opened. When I do that, the Loading Delimited Text dialog appears. At the top of the dialog, a portion of the text data is shown. IGOR has figured out that there are 3 columns of data in the file and is prepared to create 3 waves, each containing all of the data from one column of the text file. IGOR uses the name of the column given in the first row of the file and tries to give the wave it will create the same name. However, this experiment already has a wave named timeval, and IGOR warns us of this problem by highlighting the timeval wave name. Let's change the name of the wave that will be created to a unique name, such as timeval2. If, instead of creating a new wave, we wanted to overwrite the existing wave named timeval, we would click on the Overwrite Existing Waves checkbox. Another thing to note is that in the text data file, the other 2 columns of data have spaces in their names. IGOR substitutes an underscore character for the space so that the names of the waves it will create are valid. Now, click the Make Table checkbox and then click Load. IGOR has loaded the data from the file into 3 waves and has displayed those 3 waves in a table. Click the Close button on the table window to close it. IGOR asks us if we want to create a recreation macro. Click No. Even though the table displaying the data has been killed, the data waves we just loaded still exist in the experiment because a table is simply a way of viewing data and is not necessary for the data to exist. There's one final note about loading data. The Load Delimited Text menu item that we clicked is a shortcut that uses default settings for loading delimited text. Later, when you load your own data files, you might want to use the Data, Load Waves menu item. This dialog gives you many additional options that you might need to use to be able to properly load your data. I'll show you how to use this dialog in another tutorial.